Hi, I'm Tim Evans with Crack Eraser. In this video, we're going to go over how to assemble your dual injector long crack repair tool for repairing cracks up to 24 inches and sometimes longer, even up to 36 inches if they're fairly clean. So this tool will come with your injector base, with your dual injector, aluminum base, aluminum injector, and then an aluminum base, and then your molded pistons, and your adjusting bolt, your 3 suction cups, your injector seals, and your piston O-rings. And the 2 resins that you're going to use for this tool, which we'll show you, they don't come with the tool, is the 45 and the C. Now you may also order the molded tool, which works the same, but it's all molded. So when you get this tool, it'll probably come disassembled. The first thing you want to do is thread in your suction cups, and they go opposite the crack eraser writing and the patented stuff. Just thread those in there. And when I thread these in there, I leave them a little loose because when you're repairing cracks, it's all right if they turn a little bit. It makes the crack tool work better. So when I say loose, whenever I'm putting the grease to use this tool, I always go like this, so that way if the suction cup is unthreaded, it gets just lightly threaded up tight. But I don't tighten them. That works better that way. Then you've got your adjusting bolt, which goes in here. This is how you level and adjust the tool. Then you've got to put your piston O-rings on, and you just kind of hook them in the groove and roll them on. Then you've got your 2 injector seals. So this tool has to be loaded from the bottom, so we'll go ahead and show that. You'll want to screw your injector in. Now some people, when they're doing a crack, I teach them to leave this without the injector so they can just follow down the crack and get the path with the grease. You're going to put a liberal amount of grease on there. You're going to suck it all the way down, and you need to make sure this adjusting bolt is backed off. Then you're going to slide with the injector part, the hole where the injector goes right over the crack. And then you're going to stop just a little past the crack. And we'll get over that when we'll go over all that when we start doing repairs. But this is just basically how it works. So then you're going to put your pistons in your injector after you put your piston O-rings. You're going to lubricate them with a little 45 resin. You don't want to put them in dry because it tends to want to roll the piston off. And you're just going to put it down until it catches one thread. See? This collar right here is about 8 drops of resin. When it's just flush with the injector itself, that's going to be 8 drops. When you turn it all the way down as you're doing the repair, when it goes flush with it, that means you're out of resin. So you want to make sure that you see a little bit like that as you're injecting. Then this tool has to be loaded from the bottom, and normally you'd be wearing gloves, but so you can see I don't have gloves on because there is acrylic acid in the resin. The injector is marked 20 and C, but we don't use 20 anymore. We use 45 and C. They're compatible resins. That works much better. So we're going to load the 45 in the barrel that says 20. Of course, when we redo our next set of tools, we'll change that. But you're going to put about 6 to 8 drops of resin in there. Then you're going to put your injector seal in. There's no right or wrong way to put this in, but there is a little groove in the middle, and you want to just start that in there. You don't put it all the way in, you just put that to the middle of the groove, then you work it the rest of the way down. And then you bring the resin up flush, and then it stays in the injector when you turn it over. Then you're going to do the same thing with the C resin. You're going to put in your 6 to 8 drops. And this should be enough to do about an 18, 20-inch crack. Even 24-inch, 8 drops is enough. If it was a shorter crack, I'd put 6. It was real long when I'd put 8. You want to have enough because sometimes you have a little leakage as you're going along over the crack and over the bullseyes that you put at the end. So then you just do the same thing. You put that first lip in there and then just work that around. Then you bring the resin up towards flush, and then it'll stay in the injector when you flip it over. Then you add the injector back into the tool. And if you've already got it on the crack, it would already be mounted. You just put it in here. Sometimes I'll do it like this. You just have to make sure that you don't have this sticking out, because you want to be able to suck this down if you already have the injector in the tool, and you don't want to touch and get resin, you know, in the crack or something. But then you use lots of the suction cup lubricant. You're going to suck it down all the way. You're going to push until all the air pops out. It'll make little pops. You want that all the way down, and then you can slide down the crack. And I'll start, if the crack is this long, I'll put the tool about here, I'll slide to the edge, and then I'll slide up to the tip and a little past. That's how I set up my tool, which we'll go into that when we start doing the repair. Then this tool just slides along the crack and injects. Always injecting the thin resin first, and then the thick after that, because the crack is tight at the tip and goes gappy as it goes to the edge. The gap gets wider and wider. So you need a thin resin at the tip, the first 2 to 4 inches, then you want to start blending the thick. But you also need wetting. You want a thin film of resin on the wall of the crack, so that's why the thin goes in first. When you get into the gap part of the crack, the thick resin will push most of the thin out, but there's always a thin film on the wall of the crack. That's called wetting. That increases the bond. You want that. So you're going to use the 45 and the 20 barrel and the C. These are your 2 crack resins, and this allows you to repair the cracks up to 24 inches, sometimes longer, even 36 if the cracks are within a month old. We can do fairly long ones and with very good results. This is the tool that really sets us above our competition. So I just wanted to go over a little bit about how to assemble this dual injector crack repair tool by Crack Eraser and how it works. If you're using the molded injector, it works exactly the same. It's just that the whole tool is molded. With this one, you got aluminum base molded pistons. And if you need more information, I'm Tim Evans with Crack Eraser. You can go to crackeraser.com, or you can email us at info@crackeraser.com, or you can call me personally at 719-331-5966. Thank you.